Welcome back, everyone, to Yeah the Girls 2025. How are we feeling, ladies? Amongst the microphones again, nice and crispy in the headphones.
Yes, it feels great to be back. We were just saying, feeling a little bit nervous.
Got the nerves going.
Yeah.
I hope everyone's excited for Yeah the Girls again. We're super excited to be here and talk footy, talk a bit of life, talk a bit of fun and what goes on behind the four walls here at Geelong in the AFLW team. But first of all, a lot has happened in the off season. I feel like we haven't recorded for over 6 months now, so it will be nice to catch everyone up on what 2025 has looked like so far. But girls, what did we get up to in the off season so far?
Off season, God, that feels like ages ago now.
know.
I'm just thinking, but I managed to get back up home on the Gold Coast, which is always stunning. Bit of a country music fan. Went to Luke Combs with the whole family, which
that's awesome.
had the best time.
Was that in Queensland or Melbourne?
That was in Queensland. Yeah.
What's your favourite song, G?
Ooh,
Give us a sing.
Give us a sing.
We know you're good at singing.
To be honest, Going, Gone by Luke Combs. So I'm not going to give you a rendition right now. But I also headed to Noosa with some of the footy girls. So there was Bella, she lives up there, went and stayed with her and her family. Jackie and her partner Tom, Jules and her partner Rosie and little Lenny, and then myself and Bowie. I think that was the group of us that went, and it was such a good time just up on the Sunshine Coast. So a bit of a odd group, to be honest. When we first went, we're like, okay, this is interesting, but we
bonding
had such a good
over
time.
the Noosa sun. How nice.
What about you, Becky?
Yeah,
You
I
went
feel
up north, didn't you?
Yes, very much so similar, Gigi. I went up to Burleigh Heads with my sister. We usually do an annual trip, which was really nice. Some quality time with her, and my best friend lives up there as well in Brisbane, so she came and met us down for a week. And then also the girls' trip made it out of the group chat and we went to Bali. So finally all my good close girlfriends from my hometown in Benalla all got together and we headed off to Bali.
Cool.
It was really fun and we had a great time. But yes, Bali unfortunately won when we got home. I was no good.
Right.
No good. But that's okay. When we were there, it was a great time and great weather, so can't complain.
How many acai bowls did you have, Beck?
Ooh. How many acai bowls and how many ice
You love
lattes?
a berry bowl.
I love a berry bowl. I love a yogurt bowl. So, I dabbled in everything every day. So it was amazing. What about you, Gunji? You've had a great off season.
I've had a big one.
Yeah, we're leaving you till last because
Yeah.
you've got some exciting.
It's been
Got some accessories.
a very nice accessory at the moment. So, I went to Europe, obviously, as you guys know, and had a really good 6 weeks in Europe. We went to France, Italy, Spain, and then back to my homeland, Croatia. Caught up with family there as well that I haven't seen in 10 years.
That was gorgeous.
that's
Seeing those
beautiful.
photos.
Yeah, and took Tom with me, so he met the fam and he doesn't speak Croatian at all, so I was doing lots of translating over there, but he did so well and he ate so much food. So
Can you speak Croatian or can you just understand? Because sometimes you just understand the language, but it's hard to.
I speak it, and my both grandmas, they only really speak Croatian, so that's how
I've
we
never heard
talk to
you
them.
say anything in Croatian.
I'll have to give you a rendition
You'll
when
have
I
to.
hear your singing. But yeah, Croatia was awesome, and then I actually got engaged over there.
Yes,
so
she did.
Nice
Give us
little
the ring, zoom in.
little zoomy of my.
I was about to say, keep that
ring.
finger
keep
hidden.
the finger, ugly finger bandage down, which was awesome. So Tom proposed to me in Hvar, which is one of the islands in Croatia, which is actually my favourite place on earth. So he did very well and organised it all, and I had no idea really. So it was awesome. And
It was so gorgeous seeing on
beautiful.
the Instagram. We'll have to insert some photos of her beautiful trip and the ring, of course. Congratulations, Gunji.
Thank you.
Super happy for you both. We love, as you know. So we all
Me
love
too.
love. But no, we had great off seasons, having some time away from the football club, but we're so glad to be back. We had a great pre-season as well, and we've had some new additions to the group as well as some new coaching staff and a bit of a change. So we'll go through a little bit about that, girls. But let's start with a new strength and conditioning coach. T has come into the program and she has we've just loved her. It's been, you don't usually say that about your strength and conditioning coach when they're making you do lots of running, etc. But to have that female energy come into our group and just really,
she's a little firecracker, isn't
she's
she?
a firecracker.
Love her.
She's ballerina. She's an ex-ballerina.
Background.
And she's just a workhorse just as much as, you know, we love her around the program. She's just brought this energy to the group, which has been amazing.
Yeah, and she's super collaborative too, which I think is something that is quite unique, I think, for, you know, what we've had in the past of, you know, this is the program we want to do, but how does it feel? How are your bodies feeling? What does that look like throughout the week? Do we need to tailor it? Very individualized approach. So it's just progressed in a really beautiful way that there's this collaborative way of going about things and just so much trust from both sides, which I know she touched on when she came about, I want to trust you and hopefully you trust me too. So that's just been a beautiful relationship, I think, between everyone.
And it's been really refreshing having something different as well. I think in the off-season, our running's been different, very footy focused and footy based. And I don't know about you girls, but I've really enjoyed this this pre-season, the strength and conditioning side of things. It's been awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like we'll touch on the practice matches that we did over the last couple of weeks, but you can sort of feel the difference in football conditioning this pre-season and just sort of being able to implement that throughout our drills as well, which has been great. But yeah, we've also had some really other great females come into our program. We've had Renee Gehring come into our, what do you call it? PDM role. I was like, wait, what's the role? She's pretty much mum.
Manager.
She's pretty much mum of the group. Little bless her soul. She was also on the podcast a few years ago. So the OG listeners will know Renee very well. And, you know, she has just been just such a lovely little angel, isn't she? She just wraps her arms around the group and she just really makes sure everyone's on the same page.
And she knows probably that benefit of having played with a lot of us, but she knows all of us so well. And, you know, obviously in that player development role, it's about, yes, there's the on-field and how can she support us there, but so much of it is that off-field aspect of us as complete humans, that holistic approach to things. And so she knows what our interests are or where we're looking to go next or something outside of footy that maybe we've got a passion in. Even as simple as, I think I said to her in my meeting, I'm like, I don't really have a hobby. And I'm looking, you know, walking my dog every day. I don't know if I can count that as a hobby.
Girl world. Yes, coffee.
As simple as that. And she's going, well, what can we look at to see if there's a hobby, something to, you know, use your time elsewhere, and super proactive in all of that.
Super proactive.
I definitely think it's the relatability as being a player before, and she's gone through adversity, but also like had a baby and come back and managing being on the team, best 22, etc. So I think she's just really helped in that space, and she'll go above and beyond, I'm sure, throughout the season.
Sure. And I'm loving that she brings baby Scarlett in because when you're feeling a little bit down, those blue eyes and cheeks are very cute. So.
And we can't go past Dom Kondo coming into our program. She was in our program, God, I would say 5 or 6 years ago now.
Yeah, our first 2 years,
it would have been,
I think.
6 years ago because I've come in 5 years ago. I didn't get to be with her, but
and she was actually doing a dual role then, our dietitian and our PDM, and was an absolute boss lady as she is, carrying
such
that.
a boss.
And she had about 3 different roles outside of the club too at the time. And then, you know, she lived up in Melbourne and there was an opportunity at Richmond, which was closer to home. So she was there, but now she's back and has just been, again, the pocket rocket that we know gets things done. I think her communication is just a massive point for me, that the way she addresses something that needs to be said, maybe something that's, you know, oh, this isn't probably what we all want, but this is how it is. And there's just... you know, again, that collaboration and everyone being on the same page, but then so much care, like big heart for a little human.
Yes. And as you said, I think the communication side of things and the relatability again, her being a female and understanding the difference in that aspect as well has been really good, and she really pushes for us and strives for us as well, which I've really enjoyed having her as part of our program.
And she's a new mum as well.
Absolutely. Cute little
if you haven't picked up what we're putting down, women love communication and we like to be told.
And organisation.
So they have been great additions to the group. But let's go a little bit through our new players for season 2025, season 10 of AFLW, which is also another massive milestone for the competition. But we've had some great additions, which is super exciting for the group. Change is always great, and it's always nice to have a new energy around the group as well. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
6 new people on our list.
And
which
you,
is exciting.
as the three of us are in the back line, we've also had quite a few backline additions. Have we not?
That's good. I was thinking that as well.
So, yeah, we've had Sienna, Lexi and Emma, who we call affectionately Killer, come into our backline this year, which has been awesome. Do you guys want to touch on how you feel like they've been going this season so far?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the girls, as I said before, it's really nice to have some youth come through and have a different perspective on things. I've really loved watching Lexi grow over the
pre-season.
over the pre-season and seeing her come in as a young country girl myself, going through the program when I was young and just sort of seeing her sort of slide in. Just felt some relatability there when I was her age. And yeah, so she grew up in Echuca, which is a couple hours from Benalla, and very similar vibe in terms of small country town, but yeah, just full of beans, that girl. And
she's funny, isn't she?
She's so funny, and she's just
up.
brought her personality to the group and hasn't shied away from being her individual self, which is amazing. But her football progression across the pre-season has just been amazing to watch. Yeah. Coming in and it's so intimidating, isn't it? You sort of come into a new group and you're like, oh, what's the structures? There's so much information, so much overload. But, she's just been chipping away at those little things each week, and to see her develop across the pre-season has been great to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually really enjoy seeing Lex and Meg banter.
Yeah.
They have a very similar humour, especially when it comes to maybe, something hasn't gone quite right and they'll both have a dig at each other, but it's in a very lighthearted way, and they've just got this healthy banter that I just love. It always makes me giggle. So yeah, she's been a beautiful addition. And then you've got little Killer, who is just a pocket rocket. I remember talking to her early on. She's like, I just love the contest. I just love, and I think, which is exactly, that's in our DNA. That's what Dan loves to see as well. And her progression, I think, when she came in, just, she's moved interstate.
Exactly.
So she's from
Adelaide.
And done the drive down, and she moved in with a family. Now she's actually got a different house with some girls around her age that I know she was really looking forward to that too. So she's just really started to slot in and find her comfort there. I know Thorny's been massive for her in that, which is really special. I was actually there when her mum said to Thorny on that Wednesday night when they all came, and she just said, thank you so much for being friends with my daughter.
Oh,
and
that's
like,
so beautiful.
It is a massive thing when you move into state, and that young too. She's only
so
fresh
young.
18.
Yeah.
And you would be wanting, your first time out of home and then brand new environment, making new friends. But none of that has affected on the footy field, because she just hits it so hard. Her tackle pressure, her spoiling. My goodness. Even out of position, she manages to get a fist in there. So,
and her speed.
Yeah, she's
so
probably
fast.
the quickest on our team.
She would be unbelievable.
I remember going with her one of the earlier sessions, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll run with you, and she took off. And from there, I said to her, I'm like, okay, I'm chasing you every week. Like this is going to be good for me. So I can't wait to see her progress more and more. I think she'll be a really quick riser.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then Sienna, well, poor girl. She was having a great start and really coming off really well into the preseason, but then unfortunately she had a bit of an ankle injury, and so she's really working through her rehab and progressing really well through that, and just staying so positive and confident throughout that whole time has been amazing to see. And so we are very looking forward to having her back out there and back out on the track with us too. But she's
very much a natural leader, isn't she, as well?
Leader.
So
and super mature. Like
absolutely,
the way from her first session, I remember hearing this voice from behind thinking, oh, it must be Becky or Meg or Gunj or something, and it's just Tala. And I actually spoke to her when we went to Macedon. We had, went thanks to Dubs and had a beautiful time there as a group. And she said that, that's where naturally she goes, it just falls out of me. Like I'm not the most talkative person off the field, but she goes, as soon as I get on field, and it's her reading of the game. So as soon as she sees it, she's just telling you where to go, where you should be, how you can do, something better next time. But it is so instinctive for her.
Yeah, it's amazing. All right, well, they're the three of the girls that have sort of rolled back and helped support us, but we've had some height come into the team as well.
I feel short now, girls, can I just say? Like, my gosh, these girls are getting taller and taller.
I know.
I still remember one session where, they sort of throw me between playing against a tall and a small, but I was going to do contested marking with tipper, Caitlin Tipping, who we will go into more detail.
Good
and
luck.
I thought, no, this is stretching my versatility. I cannot go up against the tall timber and tipper.
No, it's been great to have the girls come through. So we've had Piper, who is a cross athlete. She was a great basketball player, and dabbled in a bit of VFL in last year.
Last year,
last year,
Games, I
which
think
got
she
her
got.
on the list.
Yeah.
She's very tall timber. She's also played in our practice matches the last couple of weeks, and similar throughout her preseason, was a little bit interrupted with injury, but to see her back out on the track and just absolutely taking it all in and just smashing it.
She's just getting better every week.
She's getting better every week,
Yeah.
and her ability to sort of lean on her teammates and get as much information as she can. She's very much like, I want to know, I want to grow, I want to know everything. But to see her across the field and, learn that ruck dominance and where to position herself for that intercept marks, etc. She's been, she's settled into the group really nicely, hasn't she?
Absolutely, and she's a real competitor too. I know going into the Gold Coast game, and they have, who she didn't end up playing, but Lauren Bella, who's very, very dominant ruck, and they were sort of thinking, oh, well, how should we, tap to the same ruck, same go-to position so it's really predictable. And she sort of had this moment of being like, well, I want to have have a crack here. Like, let me go to work and let me see how I go. And I love that competitive edge that she's not going to, just sort of go by the wayside and think, oh, yeah, we'll just go where they want to go. It's like, I'm ready to really take it to them. And if it works out, great. And if it doesn't, well, then we just go again and we try something else. And she's really hungry for that.
Yeah,
100%.
And we've also had Katie Tipping come in. So when we speak about tall timber, does any of you girls remember how tall she is?
Producer Jake.
I know. But she's very tall and so strong. Strong through the hips. And G, you spoke about contested marking. I remember doing some with her early days as well. And if you get her out of the way, she'll still come back with her arm reach or her hips, either.
Her arms are so long.
Yeah, so
another cross-coder there.
Another cross-coder.
Volleyballer.
Outstanding volleyball player.
Australian volleyballer.
Yes.
Is from Victoria but lived in Canberra for quite a long time with her volleyball at the AIS there. And
she's a true professional, Tip.
Yes,
and obviously she's also been going through some rehab, and just her diligence with everything that she's doing. That's what has stood out the most. And even when she speaks, you can hear her talk with such with such intelligence and experience that she can transfer from, being part of an elite program in volleyball. And I also think she's actually been great then for some of our young ones when they do, we're not calling it academy, sort of our first, second, third years.
Yes.
That she's been speaking up in those and has some experience. Yeah, she's new to footy, but not new to that elite environment.
And
Absolutely.
her want and willingness to absorb all the information that she can, obviously being new to football. She's always in there with her notebook and trying to get everything out of it that she can. So, we are really excited to have Katie on our team.
Yes, and last but not least, our beautiful Erica. That's come across.
Experience.
Erica has just been a great addition to
She's
the group,
so
hasn't
great,
she?
isn't she?
She sort of came through halfway through preseason, was she?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and her presence around the group and her leadership and her experience has been so important to our group, I feel.
Awesome.
And she's just made such an impact as well. She's so versatile. She can play ruck, she can play defence, she can play wing, and she can play forward.
Yeah.
So she's the ultimate queen, as we call it in football terms. She can wear the coloured bib and be on the off. Football terms. She can wear the coloured bib and be on defence or attack. And she's just been killing it. And I feel she's just, I don't know where she's been this whole time. I'm like, you're a Geelong person through and through.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like she's just connected with the group
Sorry,
so
pies,
well.
but
Yes, legit. But she's been a great addition to the group, and I'm super excited to see how she goes this season and pull on the hoops for the first time. And amongst all the other girls, I can't wait to hopefully see some debutantes across the season.
And she also got the call up late as well into our preseason, but has just dived in so well. And her communication and her talk as well, as much as we value that, has just been awesome. So really excited to have her.
It's amazing. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break and talk about our practice matches when we get back.
Hey Cats fans, it's Aisling Maloney. The best way to catch all the action this AFLW season is with the Geelong Cats membership. Visit membership.geelongcats.com.au to find the best package for you. Go Cats.
All right, guys, we're back. We thought we should get stuck into our practice matches, how they've been the last couple of weeks. It's been awesome to just play some opposition. You know, when you just get through the depths of preseason and you're like, all right, how are we tracking against other teams? Am I going to blow out? What's it going to be like? How's our ball movement?
I was going to say, it's always hot at the start. When I was chatting with Lingy on to the final bell, and he said, you know that feeling when you have your first pracky and you get about 5 minutes in and you think, am I going to make it through the game? You are blowing.
It's just a universal experience, is it not? Because you just, as you said, you get through and you're just like, I don't know how much work I've put in, but it doesn't feel like I've done anything in this first 5 minutes.
But I think then after St Kilda, that first quarter, I remember being like, slow play. Let's play some slow play.
I know. Do you know what I love about a pracky though? Is that, you know, when you're playing against your own teammates, you don't want to kill them. It's just not going to happen.
No.
So finally to be able to be that bit more physical and that just that, you know, get that hand in or the fist in for that spoil and things like that.
Where you give them a corky on the way through. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's how it is.
Or even that body spoil when you're coming across, you sort of pull out at training. But in a game, there's no pulling out, girls, is there?
So that's been the best thing, I reckon.
Absolutely. But how was the feelings leading into the St Kilda game? We had a match simulation against Saints and then we went into our actual practice match against the Gold Coast, which was great to get away. But yeah, against St Kilda, we headed to Moorabbin on a Saturday afternoon, which we thought would be torrential downpour, but we were so lucky with the weather in terms of there was no rain except for the last 5 minutes of the game. So we were able to practice. We were able to practice a lot of structural things and ball movement that wasn't impacted by the weather, which was great.
Yep. Little bit breezy, so I felt like at some parts of the quarter we sort of had to hold a bit more defensive positioning and in that sense. But for the most part, I think for our first hit out, it was quite a good hit out, and we got to implement the things that we had been working on over the last 12 weeks.
And it was really good because, pardon me, as they mentioned, Saints may throw some different looks at us, and they did. From literally after the first centre bounce, there was a repeat stoppage, and all of a sudden my forward just left me, and I was like, oh, okay. So they threw different looks at us and we really adapted. And even if we didn't get it right the first time, which we always say at training, as soon as we got the second chance, we made sure we were set up structurally. They even, we were dominant and we had a great win. So there was times they were flooding our forward line. So then we had to work out, all right, well, how are we going to negate this? How are we going to find some pockets? How are we going to move the footy, or are we going to equalise forward? Is that the one? That's when... Did you go forward in that game?
I did go up forward. I'm pretty sure Becky was like, did you try to kick a goal? And I was like, yes, that was me.
Yeah, but it was great to sort of actually test us out with our footy smarts, which has been a key focus. We want to grow our knowledge on the field at whatever's thrown at us in that point in time. And I think that was there from the get-go. So it was really great for us and our new players to really throw in that knowledge and experience.
100%. It's all about sort of having a little bit of fun, but also trialling a few things, seeing how people go. Yeah. And I'd really just have to shout out our forwards on the day as well. Just obviously the deliveries inside 50, especially early on, were quite good as well. So, the likes of Kate Darby taking some really great marks on the lead and one-handed, going back and really practicing their set shot routines was really good to see, because it's quite hard, as we said in the pre-season, when you've got limited numbers as it is. We've got a list of 30, right? So you can't play 16v16 at training. So to be able to implement everyone across the ground to connect and play the way that we did, as much as the conditions we're trying at times, it was just really good to have that connection across all the lines, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I'd love to shout out our girl Killer as well. I think she had a ripper game, first game as well, and also first game with us as a team too. So I thought she did some really awesome stuff. We touched on her spoiling just before, and I think her spoiling was amazing on the weekend as well when we played the Saints, and I just think she did really, really well and really confident ball in hand as well, which is good.
Absolutely. But it was good to get the win against them. We ended up 59-29 with 11 points, which
shows how dominant we were.
Yeah, a lot of inside 50s, but that's okay. It was good. And then we rolled into the Gold Coast on the weekend, which was really fun. It's always nice, as you guys have heard us harp on before in the past, about how nice it is to get away with a group of us and travel together.
Yeah, and we had the extra, when I say extra time, like we got in there on the Friday early, we did our captain's run there. Some of us quickly got down the beach when we
Yeah.
could. And then Saturday, it was a very late game. So it was an 8 p.m. game on the
Yep.
Gold Coast. So then we had all day, which you obviously had to manage as best you could. You don't want to tire yourself out, but you don't want to be too sleepy if you have a nap too long. So working
It was
that
quite
day out.
bizarre. It was quite
bizarre,
weird.
wasn't it?
But then we didn't fly out till Sunday at 11. So you kind of had the morning the day after to go for a walk, have another swim. It
Have
was a really
7
beautiful time.
coffees.
Yes. No,
For some of us.
It's lovely. And those natural organic conversations happen, don't they, across when you
Yep.
do have that travel
Yeah.
with people, and you just it's just really lovely. But it was good to play the Gold Coast and have a nice win as well. So we ended up on 67 and they ended up on 9, but I just felt like as a collective, it was good to sort of pull in that 4-quarter performance and really, and as well, like give the opportunity for those younger girls to step up and play their roles and see how they go against another quality side.
I did want to touch on actually the mids from that game. They've been working really hard on their transitioning, and I think that game they really proved that and how well that they've been working on that over the preseason, and also their pressure on the ball as well was super
100%.
hot, which made our life a lot easier as well, which was we
God,
could be more attacking as a defensive group too, which was cool.
Yeah, I think
Absolutely.
the contested work we've been harping on that over this preseason. It's no secret that we probably fell away a little bit last year in terms of that pressure, and it's something that we pride ourselves on. So we've been really massive across the preseason in making sure we're bringing that in as a standard. That's set every week, and Gold Coast are a very contested side.
Yeah.
They love the physicality, the bash and crash, which is probably where, as we apply that pressure, they just bang it on the boot and then it falls into our lap, or we turn it over. So it was great to come up against a side that is strong in their DNA and not only match them but beat them in that game.
Yep.
So that was great.
I love what you said, G, about sort of that contested football and the contested nature of the game, and where we've really tried to tap into a little bit more this season or pre-season. So to bring it in the season will be great, but even just that post clearance work, and that includes contests around the ground. If it's a spoil and then getting out for that loose ball, like we were really dominant in that area as well. Just that second phase work. So we're super excited to bring that throughout the season. But it was really good to sort of see the mids and the defenders, and the forward line pressure was at an elite standard on the weekend. So it's always great doing that.
And I feel like our comms on the weekend were probably up there with the best they've ever been. And I know that we've spoken about this a lot over the pre-season, but as a backline group, I don't think that we've ever felt more connected
100%.
in this period of time. So I think the comms have been awesome, the connection's been awesome, and not just our backline group, but across all 3 lines as well.
I want to shout out the wingers in that. So we actually have quite a few. We've got Frizz in there, who's obviously played a lot of wing, but we've got Kate Kenny and Bridie who are new to that position, and that is a massive connector from
100%.
all 3 lines really.
Yeah.
Whether you're the one sitting in behind stoppage, or whether you're the inside winger running that lane, and their growth in Dan wants that. He wants on-field leaders, and particularly in those connective roles. And I think that their growth in that area has been massive, and you can see their confidence as they're knowing exactly where they're meant to be. Then they can start pulling a mid out or pushing a forward up higher because they're maybe covering that space. And I feel like in that game, as you're talking on those comms, as we're calling out to them, we're receiving it back, and it's just really really nice to see that growth in them and their confidence. So shout out to our wingers.
They're like the little links, aren't they?
Yeah, they definitely are. All right, that's a little bit about our practice matches. We're super excited to be playing round 1 against North Melbourne next weekend. But we thought we would do a little the girls MVP. We're still working a little bit about the logistics of what we want it to look like. So next week we'll come back with the criteria, but each week essentially we'll probably nominate the girls MVP, and we'll present that and have a little bit of a tally going on throughout the season. So we'll touch base again next week with a little bit more details around that, but we're super excited to bring that into the girls
fun,
this year.
and hopefully gets the girls in our team listening to our pod too.
Absolutely. But we'll have another quick little break before we head into a little bit of fun. We're going to have a little bit of a game, which I'm excited to have a little play with you girls. Nice to be back on the podcast having some fun with you. So we'll tune into that after this.
Hey Cats fans, it's Amy McDonald. Don't miss any of our blockbuster Round 1 clash against North Melbourne at GMHBA Stadium on Saturday 16th August. Get your tickets today at ticketmaster.com.au. Go Cats.
Okay, we are back and ready for some healthy competition this morning. So we're going to play our first game on the pod this year, and we've been seeing this on TikTok, so we thought, why not bring it to the pod? So what's going to happen is one of us, which Rankin's going to start first, she's going to have some white noise in her ears, and we are going to read out a sentence, and she's going to have to try guess what we are saying.
I have done this once before, and I was actually talking like gibberish, like because I started to just
Because you can't hear yourself.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So, see how we go.
Well, Becky, do you want to do the honours?
I can start us off.
Wait, I just want to make sure. Oh, yep. Nope. Can't hear a thing.
Can you hear us, GG?
Well, I can hear you. Oh, can you try
hear me?
again?
Can you
Oh,
hear
no,
me?
I can't.
Can
Wow.
you hear me?
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. Well. I don't actually know how to say that.
I'll
first.
say it.
You go. I don't want to stuff it up.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Something baby.
Yeah, say it again. Hasta la vista, baby.
I see.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Good. Well
Good job, Gigi. That's so
one
good.
to GG, I
All
reckon.
right.
All right. Do we want to?
Pass
Do you
it
want to
on.
have
You
a
talking
go?
to me?
Yeah.
Oh, she can't. She can't if you were talking.
All right. We'll do 3 for GG.
3.
Okay. Oh. What are you doing in my swamp?
What are you doing in my swamp?
Good
Why are you good at
Talon.
this? You need to put more Shrek on that. All right.
What are you doing in my swamp?
All right, one more, Gigi. Prosparkus wears 41.
Bourgeois. Go again.
Prosparkus wears 41.
What's 41?
Ooh, close. That's probably how most people would pronounce Prezzy's name. Prosparkus wears...
Prosparkus wears 41.
Hey, good job. Well done.
Nice, GG. Nice.
Good job.
Sure.
Alrighty. Becky's turn now. Can you hear us,
God,
Becky?
I can hear you right.
Oh,
Oh.
all right. She's gone.
Oh, the
No,
what?
she's gone.
The
White noise. Alrighty. Here we go. That's 50 meters.
Go again.
That's 50 meters.
This is something. Sorry.
I think I like the concentration on their face. Okay. That's 50 meters.
No.
That's 50 meters.
That's very nice of you. I don't know.
One more. That's 50 meters.
This is very loud.
Show it.
That's 50 meters. Okay. I'm not good at this already.
All right, ready?
Am I yelling?
A little
Yeah,
bit.
a little.
Sorry.
They've had a massive pre-season.
Oh, something pre-season?
Can you hear me? They've had a massive pre-season.
Your mouth changed then. How are you actually
Go
pronounce
again.
They've had a massive pre-season.
That is a very good pre-season.
It's close. It's close.
They've had a massive pre-season. Close.
That was pretty
All
good.
right,
One
one
more.
more.
Last one.
Gigi.
Oh, I suck
Okay.
at this.
Oh, can I change it? It's another footy one. I want to do a fun one.
Change it. Get rid of it.
Doesn't matter because I'm not going. Oh, here we go. All right. Couldn't you like this? Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah?
Conrad.
Let's go slow.
Okay. Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah?
No, I don't know.
All right. Team?
Sim.
Team.
Team.
Conrad
Team go ahead.
or Team?
Go team.
One more. Last one. Okay. Team Conrad
Team defense.
or Team Jeremiah?
You know,
Team Conrad.
I
Conrad.
suck at that.
your yelling is hilarious.
Yeah, your yelling
sorry.
was it was great.
All right, Gunji. Let's see how she goes.
Hold on.
Can you hear us?
No, I can't now.
Yep. We're just taking it 1 week at a time.
Wednesday, 1 week at a time.
Ooh.
Go again.
You'll get it now. We're just taking it 1 week at a time.
Go again.
Go again.
Am I allowed?
We're just taking it 1 week at a time.
Something 1 week at a time, I feel like. Can you go just the first, really concise?
Yes, I can. We're just taking it.
Yesterday, 1 week at a time. We
Are just taking it.
are just saying.
Are just taking it 1 week at a
I
time.
can't hear anything. What is it? Oh, we're just taking in 1 week at a time. Okay.
Last one.
That was hard.
All right, last one. Holding the ball.
Holding the ball.
Hey, good job. Well done, Gunji.
Well done, everyone. I feel like I was the worst at that.
That actually was so loud.
Low-key white noise is scary.
I know.
I felt like I was in the middle of the ocean.
Isn't it interesting that for some children, people use that to put them to sleep, and they'll just have like a white noise. Well, it might be behind music, but there's like this.
No, I've heard that, yeah.
I reckon that would give me nightmares.
How interesting.
that. Well, that was a lot of fun, girls. I'm sure we've got a few clips from that as well.
Yeah, that'll be good. And I think we'll look to, we might have the same game, we might roll something different. You know, we're still we're looking to, I guess, have a rolling segment, like rotating segment. That's the word, rotating. Segment
exciting.
ideas. So sometimes we'll bring in the audience and see, you know, if they can guess certain things or be part of it. And sometimes we'll just have a bit of fun and hopefully give them some laughs.
And get super competitive because I love it.
We love it. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break and then talk about what's to come for the rest of the season.
Hey Cats fans, Danger here. Be there for our last game at GMHBA Stadium this AFL home and away season as we take on the Bombers in a Friday night blockbuster on August 8. Get your tickets today at ticketmaster.com.au. Go Cats.
All right, guys, we're back and we'll wrap it up nice and quickly this afternoon, but we are super excited for the season ahead. We've got our AFLW season launch this Thursday, which will be always nice to see all the sponsors and the fans come down and
the families.
The families.
Love to see
wish
our
us into
family.
the season, which is always great.
We've got it at the Arts Centre this year.
Yeah,
So somewhere
I know.
different.
And we've got
which
a
is bit
new,
of fun.
an exciting MC.
Oh.
Super exciting. I wonder who that is. Claudia is taking ahead of the MC for our AFLW season launch, which is great to have a familiar face talking to us.
I know. And
How are you feeling about it?
I feel pretty good.
You've done a few gigs. I'm just
Doing
loving
a few
seeing
lately,
you getting out
so
there.
I actually don't mind it. I as you know, love the mic. So
Love the sound of my own voice.
Yeah, no, not that. I don't listen to it back, but yeah, pretty excited. So I'm just excited for the night ahead and ready to launch our season and get into round one.
I know, how exciting. We've got
I
12.
always get very. I'm so sorry,
No,
Becky,
you're
to cut
so
you off.
fine,
If we're
Moving on.
I just had it. No, I had it come to my head. I always get really pumped for our video.
Yes,
For
the
our
pump up
season
for you.
launch video.
I love it.
It's usually on the Cats Instagram to post,
Yeah.
isn't it? So keep an eye out for that, guys. But
Yep.
as I was saying, we've got 12 games this year, home and away games, which is super exciting, and over half of them are at GMHBA Stadium. So that's super exciting. And
We got so lucky.
no, we deserve
True,
home
true.
games.
Do you know what I love the best though is round one at home. I don't
know,
think
the
there's a
best.
better feeling than having
Yep.
round one at home, and our crowd is phenomenal. So
Absolutely.
very excited to hear them cheering us on too.
And if you guys have any predictions on who you think will play exceptionally well, you know, you've got the basics as always, but if there's anyone that you are super excited to see pull on the hoops this year or run around with us, leave us a comment and would love to shout them out during our training drills as well throughout the weeks.
Absolutely.
But yeah, besides that, we're looking out onto the beautiful GMHBA Stadium right now.
Sun's
and
just popped out. They've had
It was
rain
raining.
for the-
torrential downpour a minute ago, but now the sun's back out and we're watching the boys have a kick and a catch. They've got their game on Friday night against the Bombers here, which is great. We've got a few of the girls coming down to the game to really, you know, get behind the boys, and they've had a great season so far, haven't they?
Yeah.
Absolutely. They've, you know, we're hoping they'll go well into final series and take it all. At the end of the day, but they have had a phenomenal year, and you know we've been fortunate. I was talking to Lingy about the fact who did they play that week? St Kilda. And we had a bit of an insight into how they were planning for that game and looking at their versatility. I think we've spoken about it probably last season as well. It just makes it for such always interesting footy because you don't know who's going to play where, what they're going to bring out. You know that they've each got their own strengths that they'll bring to each role. But I love that about I went to say our group. They are our group. They're our boys. So, yeah, it's always exciting each week to see what they're going to throw out there.
Yep. And I'm loving just the energy around the place at the moment. It's really good to have that energy and that chirpiness amongst the men's as well as we roll into the start of our season and lifts our energy too. So we are really excited for them and their finals campaign, but also the launch into our season too.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us for the Yeah the Girls first episode of 2025. We're super excited for this year and feel free to leave us a comment and we'll get back to you next week with some more insight for the season. Thanks guys.
Thanks, guys.